Good morning. Jericho Green here once again. Prepare yourselves for this verbal bukkake. Now, of course, if your eyes and ears have been open over the last 48 hours, you know that Nike and Colin Kaepernick have combined forces. Colin Luther King, the face of the black struggle, air quotes. Yeah, Nike would like Colin Kaepernick to be one of the faces of their 30-year anniversary for the Just Do It campaign. And they just did it. People are upset. You got people cutting out the swoosh logo off of their clothing. You got people burning their Nike gear. I mean, you got people boycotting or calling for the boycott of Nike and actually boycotting. Their stocks have took a fat little dip. I've seen numbers between $3.5 and $3.7 billion. That's got to raise the eyebrows of anybody. I don't care how big and powerful and how much of a conglomerate you are. $3.5 billion, that's a lot of damn money. And people have the right to do that. I personally am not going to boycott Nike. I mean, I've been wearing Nike my whole life. I have Nikes on right now. But, I'm not going to burn my clothing. I think that's a little extreme. But hey, do what you want. That's your money. You can burn your actual money if you want to. It's yours. I don't care. But, yeah, it's a trip. Colin Kaepernick, I think the reason that all this kneeling bullshit started was because he wasn't relevant anymore. People had figured out, his playing style. They adjusted accordingly, and he wasn't, the phenom that he was before. I think this was a plan hatched by him and his agent, maybe his ISIS girlfriend. They were like, look, we got to get you back in the limelight. We got to get people talking about you again. How about we do this little kneeling bullshit? It'll, spark a little fire, get people talking again, maybe get you on another team or something. So let's do it. But that shit was like throwing a match into a tanker truck. That shit blew up, took off, and I think it just got out of hand. I think it became much more than they wanted it to be. So here we are with this fool getting Man of the Year awards on the cover of GQ magazine, dressed like he's a fucking extra in Dead Presidents. And I'm like, really? You're pushing the narrative that we are back in the 1960s America? Really? You pushing that shit? That's what I don't like about it. I don't like the fake ass protest that he chose. Police brutality? Come on, man. That's not even a blip on our fucking radar. How about fatherless homes, health issues maybe, education? But you pick some bullshit ass police brutality. Police kill about 250 black people a year, compared to the 7,000 plus that we kill ourselves, even more so when it comes to heart disease, hypertension, high blood pressure. You didn't pick that. You picked some bullshit ass police brutality. That's like going to the beach and picking up a handful of sand. But you look out over these miles of beach with trillions of tons of other sand, but you're going to pick this little handful you got. Man, that's some bullshit. But, Colin's going to Colin. Martin Luther Kaepernick is going to do what he does. And Nike, I can't really hate on them too much. This is capitalism. They're trying to make money. They know that there's a big group of SJWs out there who will buy Nike. And a lot of these athletes are SJWs. They're social justice warriors. I think that they have some kind of survivor's guilt. You know what I mean? They made it out the hood or maybe never were in the hood. And they feel they need to have some piece of the black experience. Whatever the fuck that is. So yeah, and even the former president of Iran, like that's a legal election. That's a legit election. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad was like, yeah, man. Basically, he was saying, I support Colin Kaepernick. Football season's coming up. He's a great athlete, blah, blah, blah. If Colin's such a fucking good athlete, why is he not on a team? Not even on the practice squad. It's a combination of reasons. Number one, he's not that good of an athlete because he's been figured out. And number two, no team wants to deal with this fucking headache. And you've seen this picture around. It's a close-up of his face, and it says, sacrifice, believe in something even if you sacrifice everything. Some bullshit like that. Like he sacrificed anything. Nike's been paying him since 2011. So how did you lose everything? You lost nothing. You think all these interviews and all these magazine covers and stuff is free? You didn't lose a damn thing. You're just pushing and perpetuating this stereotype that black people live in fear of the police and that we're weak. Stuff like this makes us look weak and childish. It makes people continue to believe that we are like dumb little children who can't be held responsible for their actions. Like we're out here in the streets just shivering in the shadows every time black and white rolls by. And just like that dude at Aretha Franklin's, that preacher, Jasper Williams, just like he was saying, we got bigger fish to fry. We have broken homes, and you're out here talking about some damn police. If you want to stay away from the police, don't do anything wrong, or be better at doing something wrong. But they usually only come in contact with you when you're doing something wrong. Damn, Cap, why couldn't you just stick to football and work on that wild-ass cannon of an arm you have, and we could watch you on this upcoming weekend? And you think that Nike doing this a week before the football season starts is a coinky dink? I don't think so. I'm telling you guys, Labor Day I'm chilling, grilling with my family, and then the left vomits this chunky pile of bullshit in my lap, so I gotta speak on it. Please follow your boy on the Twitters at @green_Jericho, at @green_Jericho. Drop some valuables in my PayPal /green4green, the email jerichogreen2018@gmail.com. I can't be done with the left. They won't let me. Jericho Green. I'm out.